Chapter 740. Keol, do you really have to persist in this? Sir Keol, what is the meaning of this? How can a knight of the Imperial Knight Palace Guard dare challenge me, someone who is not a knight, to a duel? Is that so? Then hurry up and tell me. For someone so close to those who ran away from the Bright Palace and never returned, what is your true intention for appearing at such a time? I have been saying there is no hidden intention whatsoever. Baron Renbo's outcry, a mix of incredulity, fear, and indescribable emotions, was met with a growling Keol, who turned his head and pointed at a servant standing beside Pruel. You there, where is the sword I entrusted to you earlier? Bring it to me at once. I shall protect my father from this liar. My lord, the eyes of the public are upon us. Please calm yourself. You surely do not intend to actually propose a duel? I cannot bring you the sword. There is no law for this in the world. It's an overreaction to just ask for a conversation with Duke d'Arca, don't you think? The scene was one of unparalleled chaos. However, Pruel, observing everything with a cool detachment, thought differently from the rest. It seems that Keol d'Arca's intention is less about dueling and more about provoking Baron Renbo to gauge his reaction. Yes, Keol, own your keep. If only truly intended to duel, they would not cause such a scene. Rather, they would simply bring two weapons, declare a duel under the eye of God and the sword, and seek agreement. Noble duels usually involve 3 witnesses for fairness, and if one were serious, they could easily request any passing noble to oblige. However, after declaring his intent to duel, Keol only caused a ruckus, never taking the necessary steps for an actual duel. The difference between merely threatening an action and actually carrying it out was evident. Pruel couldn't help but think Keol was well aware of this distinction and was deliberately causing this commotion. I thought he was just recklessly causing trouble, but perhaps not. Until now, Pruel had judged Keol as the youngest of the d'Arca family, inept and arrogantly indulging in knightly fantasies, as per the public rumors. Yet, there are others like Duke Paleta, Kishir La'or, who despite being harshly judged than Keol, are in fact meticulous and patient, adept at concealing their strength. Keol is just having his image refreshed unknown to him. Because all of his rumors is true though. He is arrogant and he does indulge in that knightly fantasies. The mention of the Bright Palace earlier was also suspicious. Keol, even as a crown prince's guard, seemed hostile towards the sage's party from the beginning. If he's come to such a conclusion independently, not swayed by his family, that's impressive. And contrary to rumors, he isn't as brash in speech. Pruel, you just don't know the dude. You just have to have like one conversation with him to know what is true and what's not. Having met Kishir and shattering his prejudices, Pruel mistakenly thought he couldn't take Keol lightly. Not knowing why Keol couldn't clearly propose a duel or properly insult his opponent, it was an unavoidable judgment. Then Keol raised his voice again. Very well, let me be more direct, Baron Renbo. As Baron Renbo flinched in surprise, Keol boldly continued. Baron Renbo, do you have any idea how many times I have seen you and that ignorant commoners of the Bright Palace conspiring together? What? I know that you, Baron Renbo, behaved as if you were subordinate to those commoners, repeatedly leaving and returning from the outside to aid them. I have counted the number of times you sneaked into the palace to meet someone without even seeing His Highness the Crown Prince, which is 6 times. Even after those people disappeared, didn't you come to the palace once, cunningly choosing a time when I was not on duty? What are you saying right now? When have I ever? Isn't it deliberate that you encountered us as we wandered alone without even a servant? Did you not inquire when my father would be alone at the estate? Such an outburst could only be described as the height of paranoia. However, Baron Renbo was genuinely startled by these words. He was so taken aback that, unlike before, he couldn't protest vehemently, his eyes wide as a rabbit's, quickly glancing around as if searching for someone. Although brief, Pruel, who had been closely observing, clearly saw his reaction. Even Duke Diarca, who had been distressed by his son's commotion, suddenly narrowed his eyes and twisted his thin lips. His gaze turned into that of a predator, intently observing Baron Renbo. Ironically, the only one who failed to notice Baron Renbo's reaction amidst this situation was Keol, who was heatedly involved in the moment. Even in this situation, do you claim to be innocent? I, Keol de Diarca, have personally observed these events. If you dare say I'm wrong, then speak up. Deny that you have betrayed your loyalty and became a subordinate to the commoners. Keol shouted, puffing out his chest with passion, sweat beading on his forehead from the intensity. Baron Renbo, without blinking, stammered and gasped for breath. The people thought he was so shocked by Keol's tremendous insult that he had lost his ability to speak. However, his reaction was slightly different from everyone's expectations. Baron Renbo, who had been repeatedly opening and closing his mouth as if to say something, suddenly clutched his hair and twisted violently, choking. Baron Renbo? Duke Diarca's servant shouted in panic, but Baron Renbo, beyond comprehension, doubled over and collapsed to the ground. Baron Renbo has collapsed. Don't panic, it might be an act. Confirm thoroughly. Keol, more panicked than anyone, stuttered unattractively. Pruel quietly blended in with the servants and approached the fallen Baron Renbo. He was convulsing in pain, repeatedly muttering like a broken object. I must. The sage asked me to. What? What are you saying? Come to your senses, Lord. As the servants shook him, Baron Renbo's eyes fluttered open. He desperately appealed to Duke Diarca, who was looking down from a distance. His fixed, unblinking eyes sent a chill through everyone. The sage. Meet the sage, please, Your Grace. He desperately needs your help. I was only for Your Grace. No, His Highness, the Crown Prince. No. Look at these strange words and behavior. Baron Renbo's condition is not normal. Didn't I say something was suspicious? As Keol spoke hesitantly, yet loudly, the servants could not help but acknowledge that the youngest lord's suspicions were not entirely unfounded. They exchanged glances, realizing something was truly amiss with Baron Renbo. Even as he convulsed, his neck and eyes, which remained fixed on Duke Diarca, did not move, an eerie sight as if he were under some curse. Pruel, having been briefed before the mission about the sage and his party's abilities, reached a different conclusion. The sage was said to be a brainwashing expert. Is this the effect of brainwashing? Just moments ago, Baron Renbo, who had seemed perfectly ordinary, had suddenly collapsed in a state of confusion. While it was unclear why he had exhibited such a reaction, it seemed evident that he was under some form of mind control, and the power exerted on him had abruptly triggered a change. Duke Diarca, who had been observing Baron Renbo calmly and quietly, finally spoke. How strange, Baron Renbo. When I first met you, you did not seem like someone lacking in manners. I had always respected your cautious and careful nature. What could have caused such a change in you? No, I am... It was then that a sudden commotion erupted not far away. A loud crashing sound, as if a tree were being felled, followed by a sharp scream, pierced the air. Everyone reflexively turned their heads towards the sound. A woman, waving her gloved hand threateningly, was attacking someone who was rolling to avoid her. While others might not have recognized her, Pruel immediately knew who she was. Deputy Commander Ever.